torn labrums, that kind of thing. This is going to help you get over and forward momentum. Having said that, each patient is going to be individual. So if you have a knee problem or some other problem, you have to take the whole kinetic chain, the lower kinetic chain, into account. You might have a back problem. That's why you have to blend, especially with something that also has a heel drop. It's very exceptional. That's like no other carbon plate shoe on the market, the Antip. But most carbon shoes you can integrate more readily, faster. But again, we mentioned the higher Pebax density and then the supercritical foams that are going to be basically game over after a marathon. So you want to select the right carbon plated shoe for your particular needs.
So if I'm a runner and I'm a fairly serious runner, maybe I run 4 or 5 days a week, um, and I have a carbon plated running shoe. Obviously, from sort of a financial perspective, running in that shoe every day may not be advisable just because it's going to wear out the shoe really quickly and then I'm going to have to buy another shoe. Do you recommend running in a carbon plated shoe that often, or is it important to save it
No,
for certain
no,
run?
I don't. And I'll tell you the reason. It's more elemental than that. I like to shake it up with the stack height of my shoe. Sometimes I'll wear ultra zero or 4 millimeter drop. Drop just indicates how stacked it is. Sometimes I will use the old school Adidas Boost, where, just shaking it up, the variety of height, the variety of durometers of density. Variety is a good thing. You don't want to do a repetitive thing. So the flat answer would be no. Don't overutilize it.
Yeah. What about if I'm a beginner runner? Do you recommend carbon plated running shoes for beginner runners and why or why not?
I think it's overkill. I really do. Now, the only caveat I will say is that injury assistance shoe, the Antep, ANTEPE, if you want to look it up, that's one that I think you work that in
Mhm.
getting through your injury. It's such a profound change of how it propels you forward off the heel in particular. When you got that, what I call the 6 alarm chili fire on the bottom of your heel or through the mid arch. And it does have the stability of a carbon plate. So that would be something that you could integrate in as a beginner, because the beginner might have an injury, but not your go-to shoe all the time for sure.
Yeah.
And just like that situation where Shape Up overcommitted to saying this is going to cure your back pain. No, each person is individual. You have to look at your individual needs, your individual flexibility, your muscle strength, your balance, all those things.